What is up, guys? It is Airdrop Insights, and today we are going to be following on from my last video on the Meteora airdrop, where I went over how the point system works. And today we are doing it. We are starting from 1 Solana, just trying to grow this as much as possible. Maybe 5, maybe 10, or maybe we can get even higher. We'll have to see. So if you haven't watched my last video, you can either head to my website, you can my picks, you can see the article right here, or you can just go straight to my channel. But I do also have the video here as well with the written explanation. So it's similar to meme coin trading, but in my view it is a bit less risky. But for all the details, make sure to check that out, as it is a little bit complicated. But today we're just going to be putting some of the different strategies into practice. Some I didn't really get to mention, as you know, there's just a lot that goes on. And as I said in that video, the easiest way to learn how to use Meteora and just in general provide liquidity is to do it yourself. So what I'll try and do is I will open trades. I'll try and explain my thought process if I can do it in time. I'll try and open the chart on Dex Screener, show where I'm entering, my kind of range, kind of curve I'm using, and also how I'm using Bull X in the process. So with this coin that I'm in right now, you can see it did just take a big dip. I was thinking of exiting right at my top range with profit, as I did buy some of the token. But, you know, alas, I've recorded the video and missed out on that. I have claimed some fees, just an example. And if I do look at my wallet, you can see I am on 2.3 Solana right now. So I did start this on 1 Solana, and I did actually make one really good trade where I bought the token. The token went up a lot. I made a lot of fees, and it set me on a good path. I'm already on about 3.3. We did actually lose a bit as well. So sadly, this is where my microphone was not working properly, but this is the first trade which I did, and just having a look over it, you can see I generated a lot of fees in a short amount of time, and this is because the dynamic fee was so high and this coin was all of the trend when it went on. So I'm just going to try and commentate over what happened when I did it. So taking a look at what the curve I did was I used the bid-ask curve, and this is something I like using a lot. So it buys a lot at the lower price, but at the higher price it doesn't do as much, and this is what generates me a lot of fees. When the price does a quick drop with a lot of volume, all the buying kicks in, and as you can see from the chart, this is kind of what played out. So it looks like I'm looking at the kind of range I had set up for this curve, so quite wide it looked like, with most of the buying done at the lower end. So this also means when the price rises, it doesn't have to go up much for me to be completely in profit and to avoid illiquid. So looking at this profit statement, you can see this from this closed out trade, I actually made 50% from the token, or 25%, sorry, and 25% from the fees, and it made me have huge gains to start out on this wallet. This is a bit unusual, but it was a great way to get started, and these opportunities do pop up every. So it looks like I did make some other curves for this as well, and as you can see, my fees are a lot higher right now, and that's because I closed that position, waited for the price to drop, made a new curve. This was a linear curve, just using the tokens, as I will have got a lot from that sharp drop you can have seen. I got a lot of tokens, I needed to trade out of them, but the dynamic fee was so high. You can see the volume was enormous. Even though the price was dropping, I am making the fees. People that are just normally trading the coin are not earning anything, but I am making an insane amount. And finally, it looks like I had one more curve on this coin. I think I probably didn't make too much from this one, but it was just to get out of my fees. And I also had this curve that was buying in, and I'm pretty sure I got out of it pretty much unscathed. But I do like using Bull X to sell my fees straight away, and this is something which I find really well, using the two platforms together. Is the next coin we are LPing, and it is the Yes coin. So this has been released by the Chad's team, and didn't have time to do too much explanation for this one. And as you can hear, I'm a bit ill. I'm on my trading wallet. All I got into enter with right now is 1 Sol, but as you can see, I've already printed over 10%, and we're only used a little bit of my range. So for the curve, we are doing something like this. We're using a bid ask. So as the price gets lower towards 0.03, which is around up there, get more fees. But as we can see, it just pumped up. So this is going to move out my range, and all of this is profit. We have just printed an insane amount. The reason this is printing so much is because, first of all, if I open Bull X, there is no raging pool for this coin, but there is a ton of volume for this as it is just dropped and it used the Meteora Alpha Volt. And I will explain all of this stuff in other videos. But also, this coin, with only $5,000 locked, this is a tiny amount. You would expect this to be around the 30,000, probably going to go up to, you know, a lot higher as time progresses. So we just want to milk this as much as possible right now. So just a little update. I did seem to have the correct chart, but it looked slightly wrong. But as we can see, I have got this curve set up and it has gone all the way down and all the way back up. And we have made $56 in fees about from only $150. I've actually made about 50%. If I go into Jupiter and Max, we can see I have this much in the token and I've got about an equal amount in Solana. I just wish I actually went in with more for this initial pump. Sadly, I didn't, as I just wanted to get everything set up first. I might be making a new curve with a lot more Solana in it, as this is printing really, really heavily. So I have just gone out of range. So that curve you saw I had, it went all the way to the top. But as we can see right now, there's 22,000. So it has gone up almost about a 5x from when we started. We got $77. So it's obviously a very good amount. We could have got a lot higher on something like that if I went in with a proper amount. So if I just open the profit card, you can see went in with 1 sol, the price went down, we got loads of fees, crazy amount, and then we withdrew the exact same amount we deposited and somehow a bit more. Must be because of arbitrage or something. And we got 13 minutes, we got half of a Solana, which is quite insane for these kind of pools. So I did actually mention this in the Telegram. So I did make 2 or 3 more trades after this, and I am recording this after the fact as well, just because I wasn't prepared to record when I did these, and I was a bit ill. I still am. But as you can see, I made 2 positions on this coin called Shark. So I went in, coin was a lot higher than it was now, over $1 million market cap, but it was dropping. And for this, my strategy was the same. I was hoping on the drop. So as you can see, there was a huge range of red candles, and I just wanted to catch this range, which was kind of between this level. Looks a bit random looking at it right now, but if you remember, none of this curve was created yet, and I did it once again, and there was a really high volume candles, this big red one, and I exited right near the top as well. So looking now, actually the coin has gone back into the range a lot further down, but we generated really good fees with this. If I open Full X and I go on a larger time frame, should be able to see where I bought and sold. Yeah, so I did actually buy some tokens as well, actually near the top, but we sold all our fees straight away. So they're all pretty small, 13, 12, 50, 18, 10. And if I look at my profit cards, a $50 position and a $17, and I was using the same curve as before. So for these ranges right here, they're the numbers. They look a bit random, but you know, they were lower than what the coin was trading at around the levels. I had this bid-ask curve set up. I simply entered 1.5 Solana. I might have actually dragged it down a bit further and manually edited this number to fit the range which I wanted, and I got out straight away. And the final coin, which has got me almost to 5 Solana, is the Vance coin. So the Donald Trump did choose his vice president candidate, and that was Vance. So there was a few meme coins created around this, and I just kind of went along with one. I didn't really do too much information into picking it. It was already at a good market cap, but once again I played the drop. But as you can see, I got 31% profit, and looking back, this was quite lucky. So I'm pretty sure I traded this area right here, this massive red and these 2 green candles, the largest volume. So I'm getting in on the best amount of volume, and even though the coin pretty much dropped straight after, we got away with some profit. So if I open Bull X, you can actually see I bought a tiny bit of the token, and then I sold some fees. And as you can see right here, I bought 47 and I sold around 60. That's because the coin was dropping a lot and I was losing a bit. So I bought some tokens, luckily at a local bottom, and sold them all within a 1 minute time span. But then I also got to sell some more fees as well, and we got this nice profit card. So sadly, I didn't post about these, as to be honest, I didn't even have anything set up yet. So that is all the trades for today. And if I look at my wallet, I am actually almost on 5 Solana. So we did very well, going from around 1.51, as you saw from the first trade, all the way up to this amount right now. And this is all the trades I did, all pretty much using the same kind of curve for this video. But the main thing you need to take away is it's not It's not the coin you're going in necessarily, but it's, you know, one person could profit from a curve, one person could lose. It's what you do with it.